Research suggests that the cumulative effect of urban blight and neglect can cause a multitude of community challenges related to crime, poverty, and poor public health, not to mention the negative social impact that ripples through schools, businesses, homes, and neighborhoods. As a key voice for transformational change in our city, HBG Design founding partner Kirk Bobo has spent much of his lifetime working alongside community and business leaders to help create a clear path to positive change across core Memphis neighborhoods.
As both an architect and an advocate, Kirk has made a long-term commitment to advancing the economic and social vitality of Memphis. He was one of the first to invest in the revitalization of the downtown core in the early 80s, purchasing then derelict properties on Cotton Row with the intent to bring business back to the blighted heart of our city. HBG's renovated Front Street offices were soon followed by a wave of much-needed redevelopment.
When we started our firm in the late 70s was a time when downtown Memphis, a lot of people are too young to even know this, but downtown Memphis was really heading just off a cliff in terms of abandonment. A lot of businesses had left. And we decided to come start our firm here. And I was amazed at that time as to how many people in the city didn't really seem to care that downtown was just, turned into shambles. And today to look back at a lot of things that have happened, but I think first and foremost was just the awareness that there are parts of the city that really have to be strong. And so I think that sort of awareness is sort of gradually growing out into some other parts of the city.
Kirk has always given back to the profession and the community. And the profession is the community in a lot of ways. When Kirk retired from HBG Design in 2017, we set out to establish a legacy program to honor and celebrate his passion for service to the community. Through the annual Kirk Bobo Creating Impact Grant, we've created an outreach experience that provides funding for community-centered improvements, as well as meaningful volunteer activities that connect HBG Design staff to the transformation of our community fabric. The whole program has become so much bigger than a singular project. What we've been most excited about is how this initiative has brought our staff together in ways we never even imagined when the idea first began to take shape.
Imagine you're waiting for the bell. Before school, concrete, overgrowth, traffic, blank walls. Not very inspiring.
So how do we change this? Where do we go? What do we want our neighborhood to look like?
When Jared Myers of the Heights CDC presented the goals of his organization and gave us details of all the issues that plagued the Heights neighborhood, the blight, the lack of investment in the area, he really painted a picture of what people in the neighborhood needed and how HBG could play a part through the Kirk Bobo Creating Impact Grant. It was decided that we would develop a design and a plan to create a whole new entrance for the students and staff at Treadwell Middle School.
It's a challenge. This is a school. Like, you can't see through the windows, like a prison almost. We have signage issues. We could do something really unique with that, painting the space, the different lighting. We can do some of those things, and it really could change the way people feel when they come into their school.
We're going to talk about what we've been doing over the last several months, and I wanted to start by talking about Kirk and Craig. We started out, and the rest of the team will share a little bit more information, but we started out with a visit to Treadwell School, and Jared was gracious enough to give us a tour of the community. Kirk and Craig were able to join us on that tour. They've been very involved in this process. we want to engage everybody in the conversation about what we're doing here, and we also want to get your input. I just want to share with everybody, this has been an incredible process so far. It's been very rewarding to our committee. But we live in a great city, and you hear the wonderful things of Memphis, you hear maybe some not so nice things about Memphis, but I'm just going to tell you, till you get to appreciate how other people live in our community, it makes you grateful for what you have and what we have. So this process has been so rewarding, and I hope everyone wants to step up and take your part and volunteer into this. It's going to be, it's special.
So as you can see here, we have an image of where Highland Heights is, and then Treadwell Elementary and Middle School is within that. So it's a little ways, about 20-25 minute drive from HBG here, but they're separate communities, but we're all part of Memphis, and that's what we want to keep in mind as we go through this project. That's the focus of all of this. So in choosing the school, we recognize the pull that the school really has on the community, and we've identified through that a few places around the school where we want to create impact now, and then phases that we can address these projects in the future. We feel like these are areas where there's the most connection between the community and the school, and we want to look at ways then to engage the community with these projects. So
I'm going to get into a little bit more of the kind of fine detail of what we're doing. The existing planter bed that's there right now is a group of cement blocks that are kind of lining this little planter area, and there's some plants there that we are going to remove, strip, and reuse these blocks to kind of create a paved surface and introduce these planters, or these modules that we're going to build. And they're inexpensive, they're kind of fun, they're the same, and we're gonna just kind of beautify the area with this, introduce some color to the front of that school. This is kind of what we had in mind, and it's just hopefully something that they look back on and they're excited about, just like we are. And kind of get them excited about their education and the neighborhood as well, to kind of tie everything in to the school.
We decided to create graphics and elements that would entice and really make the students feel very welcomed. It's actually it's a very enclosed vestibule, so it feels dark and very institutional. And the students, as well as Jared, the principal, all had made comments about this area not feeling very welcoming. So with that idea, we decided to paint and create these graphics that are actually in the school colors to promote school pride and to connect that to Treadwell. The school is also very bilingual, with a lot of Spanish-speaking students that are also learning English and vice versa. So we incorporated English and Spanish to make them feel welcome.
As you can see, there's a lot of stuff that needs done in the community. The school, we found out, was not, from the outside, very warm and welcoming. It was a little cold, it was a little run down. And gosh, there were more needs than we could probably ever do at one time. But there's good news. We have this grant, and we got to meet some of the teachers and the leaders, and I'm telling you, they're dedicated people, and they really deserve, when you walk around the school, a good school to go to. They deserve to know how they are that they're appreciated and valued in this world, and that'll help them be leaders one day for sure. But you really do have the ability to impact this school, to impact one child, to impact the community. You guys are talented, you guys have the skills, you guys have the knowledge, and I think the energy and drive to do this. And I think everybody's going to come through and volunteer in some way or another.
I'd like to thank Ann Craig and Kirk Bobo and this team for coming to our neighborhood. I believe proximity matters, and I believe that when you get introduced and build relationships with people, real change can happen. And I hope that you take the opportunity to come to the Heights, participate in this project, build a relationship, either with someone at the school, myself, a resident, a student who's going to volunteer with us, Even on their summer break, they're looking for stuff to do, and I guarantee you, when you show up and start moving cinder blocks, they're going to help you. Just very excited about this project. It's the face of the neighborhood in a lot of ways. Treadwell High School closed in 2009, and that hurt the identity of our neighborhood in a big way. So now, knowing that we have an opportunity to reshape that vision, to instill neighborhood pride in this project, it's going to be awesome.
So many volunteers invested in this. The sweat equity that we see out here right now is really impressive to us. And then also the students who are here working alongside just feels a sign of hope in our community that we desperately need.
This was a planter bed. It was slightly overgrown. There was one bench, and this is their primary drop-off and pickup location for the students and the parents. This is the front door of the school. This is where they congregate before and after school. The kids don't have anywhere to go. There's nowhere for them to talk to their friends and sit down. It just needed something. It needed a hominess to it.
So you see guys working and sweating really hard, and some people also painting in the entryway area that we have over here, and to add some color to that and some welcoming to the school.
So when we first toured the school, we came in this entrance right here, and the first thing we noticed was the windows covered, and it's just dark. It's a small space. You're right here with a concrete wall in front of you, and it just seemed like a dark space for kids to be walking in every day. So we really wanted to brighten it up. Why not apply graphics?
What we're doing here today is we are creating planter boxes and seat elements to go outside on the plaza.
It became a design build project. You know, week one rolls around, we scrapped the idea of like how we were going to clear the site because it didn't work. You're like, week two, still couldn't really clear the site the way we planned, so we get a new idea.
Today is day two of the fabrication part of the project. What we've done is we built 16 frames for the installation. 10 of those are for benches and 6 of those are for planters. So today we've got a variety of things going on. We're putting in insect screening so we don't collect hornets and wasps under the benches. And 2, we're cladding them with all the final materials for the wood. I'm fabricating metal stakes that will secure these, and the other crew's out on site preparing the site for these benches to be installed next week.
The digging and the leveling and the moving is all over, and it's install day, and we're so excited to be here at Treadwell Middle School.
There's a certain bond that you have when you sweat with somebody for 4 hours in 100-degree weather, and so, you know, there's nothing to hide there, so that's good also.
We've already heard a lot of positive impact already from just the painting and people in the neighborhood walking by, seeing it, and engaging with it, and they are already giving great comments.
We're really excited. The first day of school is 3 days away, and we can't be more thrilled with how this is going to turn out. We know you worked really hard on it, so thanks so much.
everything that was done out front, from the bright colors to the benches. It's just made everything come alive out front.
The entry I like about when I go is like, I feel like it's my first day of school again. Mike said there's gonna be some benches. I'm like, this is really cool. And then when I got the plants and stuff, I was thinking about it over there in the rocks. That's really cool.
They did a lot. It took a lot of work and a lot of sweat and blood to put into it, and they did a really good job.
We have so many families from just about everywhere who live in this neighborhood and who love this neighborhood and work here. And so to have an outside organization with as much like pull as HBG come and show that they care and that they're investing in the neighborhood encourages small organizations like ours to keep going.
See how excited the people are at the school with what we've done. Look forward to next year building on the success that we've had now. It's just great.